Champaign versus Urbana, Illinois, and which Illinois city is right for you? Well, listen, if you're thinking about moving to Champaign Urbana, I'm going to show you the differences between both cities so you can make the best decision for you and your family. Welcome to this video about living in Champaign Urbana, Illinois. My name is Brock Collins and I'm your local real estate agent right here in the Champaign Urbana area. So if you're thinking about buying a home in the area, feel free to connect with me and let me know how I can be of service to you. Home buyers ask me this all the time, Brock, what is the best city to live in? Is it Champaign? Is it Urbana? Can you help? Yes, I can. One of the things you're going to notice between the two cities is the size difference. Now, we're referred to two different ways. For the last 30 years, all I remember is it's been referred to as Champaign Urbana. And there's been a little push in the last 5 years or so, and people are referring it as Urbana Champaign. Same place, same cities, it's just being twisted around a little bit, same community. Now, let's talk about the size difference so you understand the difference between Champaign and Urbana. We are twin cities. There's a small dividing line between us. You don't even know it. You drive right through each city every day and you don't even know you switch sides, okay? So the city of Urbana has about 40,000 residences, but there's an asterisk. And the asterisk is the 40,000 includes the college students at the University of Illinois. So at the end of the year, when the students go home, the population in Urbana goes down significantly, all right? So in contrary, the city of Champaign has about 90,000 full-time residences. So that's the difference in size between the two cities. Champaign is quite a bit bigger. Now, one of the biggest draws to Champaign Urbana is the University of Illinois. Now, you might be looking kind of at this area for maybe you're a professor at the U of I, maybe you're a student looking to come here, maybe you're a parent shopping colleges, but that's one of the biggest draws. And one thing to know and understand is since we are twin cities, the University of Illinois property is on the Urbana side, and they also have property on the Champaign side. So it's kind of blended through, and you probably don't even know you're switching directions, or switching cities, but it's all kind of tied together. So we are referred to as twin cities probably because there's a huge overlap between the university that has property in both cities, and they just kind of lap over each other, okay? All right, so let's talk about home values in Urbana. What is the average home value? What are they like? Well, just like Champaign, you're going to have homes that are inexpensive and homes that are kind of pricey and everything in between. But as of now, the average home value in Urbana is $175,100. Now, the one thing to keep in mind when considering Urbana is the difference between how many people own their home versus how many people rent. So 67% of the population in Urbana rent their home and 33% own their home. And so that's kind of the difference. There's way more rentals than there are home ownership in the city of Urbana as of this recording. Okay, so one thing you're going to find in Urbana is the hospital called Carle Hospital. This is an enormous hospital. The entire county uses it. In fact, a lot of different areas of the state use it. It's just enormous. This is Carle Hospital. You've got your parking garage. This is the older side of it that's been fully remodeled. Here is our the north tower of the hospital. Has a catwalk that goes across the street to the Cardiovascular and Cancer Research Center. So Carle Hospital is a really big hospital. You're going to find that in the city of Urbana. So it's actually just about, 4 or 5 blocks from the separating line from the city of Champaign. So Carle Hospital here is located in the city of Urbana. Also for shopping and for some food in Urbana, this area is commonly known as 5 Points intersection here. And so you've got your Walgreens, you've got an Arby's right over here, you've got McDonald's, you've got Wendy's. Right down in here you're going to find Jimmy John's, Panda, and then back here in this shopping center there's also all kinds of shopping and other food back here in this shopping center. So there's quite a bit of food and shopping right here at this intersection, if you will, known as 5 Points,
right here in the city of Urbana. This is probably the biggest hub of food and everything together in Urbana, right here at 5 Points, which is about 4 blocks away from Carle Hospital. Also, just down the street from Carle Hospital, a lot of residents in Urbana appreciate this park. This park has a little bit of ponds in it, and there's waterfowl there. Lots of places to walk and do. This is called Crystal Lake Park. So if I take you through here a little bit and maybe get you back to the lake. So this probably isn't the best picture of Crystal Lake Park. However, this is a limited view. What they were doing here is lots of construction here at Crystal Lake. They were revamping it quite a bit, putting in new and bigger sidewalks and doing some things for erosion on the sides of the water. But you can rent paddle boats in the summertime. There's trails there and playgrounds. Nice place just to get away for a picnic if you want to get out. So this is Crystal Lake Park. So here's a view of the University of Illinois campus. This building right here is the Illini Union. A lot of students go here and hang out. There's a lot of quiet spaces also in here. You're going to find in the basement. There's a bowling alley. There's restaurants in the basements. Kind of a popular hangout for the students here at the University of Illinois. And directly behind this Illini Union, if you come out the back door, this is the U of I quad right here. And what you're going to see is lots of open green space. And so when the sun comes back out, it gets a little warmer, there will be very few pieces of grass you can see because this is filled with college students. They'll sit down, some will put a blanket down, they'll put ear pods in, maybe do some homework. This is kind of a lot of green space right here in Urbana at the University of Illinois. All right, so I'm getting a little bit outside of the bounds. This is actually located on the city of Champaign side. This is Green Street. This is the heart of campus town. And you'll see there's not a restaurant, a shop that's vacant. Like it is, this is the busy spot of the University of Illinois. And one thing I wanted to show you is all of these high-rises that have been built. They tear down these older buildings and they just have built up this just huge buildings for U of I students to live. So yeah, they're pretty fancy, they're pretty nice, pretty expensive, so you'd have to get your wallet out to get excited about that. But this is Green Street, which is the heart downtown street for the University of Illinois. This is kind of where everything happens and where the students want to be, right here on Green Street.
All right, let's go one step deeper and talk about the public school systems in Urbana, Illinois, if you're moving to Urbana. Now, this data was provided by niche.com, and in Urbana school districts right now, pre-K through 12th grade, there are about 4,200 students attending the public schools in Urbana right now. All right, so overall score, niche.com gave the school systems in Urbana a B-. But I also want to share with you these other categories that they get graded on so you can have a better understanding of that as well, okay? So for academics, they were graded a B-. For teachers that are teaching in the classrooms, they were given a C+. For clubs and activities, they were given a B. For diversity, they were given an A. For college prep, an A-. And downside, for administration, they were given a D+. So the administration of the schools in Urbana were given a D+. But overall, this kind of gives you a little bearings of what's going on in the Urbana school districts. There's two things that are different in the city of Urbana and the city of Champaign. The economies are both different for different reasons, and the culture is quite a bit different as well. So we'll go into a little bit of that in a minute, but you're going to find the economies and the culture are quite a bit different between Champaign and Urbana. Now, before we go on to living in Champaign, I wanted to cover something with you real quick. Many teachers and professors that are moving to Champaign Urbana to take a job at the University of Illinois, plus many other home buyers are just curious about this as well. They want to know, hey Brock, where is the University of Illinois campus located in conjunction with the city of Champaign and the city of Urbana? So I'm going to take you to a map right now. I'm going to show you that so there's less confusion and it kind of comes together way clearer for you.
All right, so let's take a look at where the University of Illinois is comparatively to the city of Champaign and the city of Urbana. This is for sure a dividing line right here as we come down this map right here. Right here, we've got the city of Urbana over here, okay? We've got the University of Illinois right here, Okay, and now the University of Illinois property itself actually comes up through here. There's a little bit over here. There's a little bit over here in the Champaign side. So it's right on the verge of Urbana. It does touch some of this, which is actually Urbana right up in here. But it's kind of like split down the middle between Champaign. Here's the city of Champaign, and all of this is the city of Champaign, including right through all of this right here, okay? So you're going to find that whether you live over here on the east side of Urbana, whether you live on the west side of Champaign, or whether you're living right downtown Champaign Urbana right here, what you're going to find is that it's really easy to get around between both cities. In fact, when you travel back and forth for different things, whether you're going to the grocery store, chances are you're going to cross into Champaign or into Urbana and never even know it. So this is the, if we zoom in just a little bit, you can see again, here's the University of Illinois. Here is Urbana, this area back over here, but it's right down the middle. So as you can see, this is why we're referred to as the Twin Cities. We kind of just blend right together.
All right, so now let's move on to living in Champaign, Illinois. So what you're going to find in Champaign is over the last 20 years or so, the residential development has far exceeded the development in Urbana. There's so much more residential buildings, neighborhoods, communities, and also shopping around the neighborhoods that have been developed over the last 20 years. So way more populous for residential living in the city of Champaign compared to Urbana. So as a significantly bigger community, let's take a look at some of the things that Champaign has to offer.
So in Champaign, there's a ton of shopping that goes on in Champaign. It's actually spread out all throughout the city, but if there was one mecca shopping area in the city of Champaign, this would be it. It's the farthest north side of town. This was built up in the 90s and even built up through today, but you've got all your restaurants, your main staples like your Red Lobsters, your Chili's, lots of fast food. Here's your staples for office supply store. And included in this mecca is just about every shopping you can imagine. You've got your Best Buy, you got your shoe stores. Directly over here, you've got telephone stores. Also included is one of the many grocery stores called Meijer. We've got all kinds of grocery stores in Champaign area. This is one on the north side of town, but they're all over the city of Champaign, so you won't have to drive far to get to a grocery store. Just across the street from the grocery store, you're going to find this Walmart, and so it's a big Walmart for including groceries and everything else you can imagine. And then just down the street from that, you're going to see your Target. There's just about every type of shopping you can possibly imagine in North Prospect, right in this area. This is the mecca of all shopping. In fact, just down the street from here, there is a large indoor mall called Marketplace Mall. So for whatever needs you have, whether you live in Champaign or Urbana, this is where people go to shop, and it's really easy to get to.
All right, so if you enjoy socializing and even nightlife, living in Champaign might just be the place for you. The selection of restaurants, nightlife, activities, they're kind of over the top in Champaign. So if you're a social person, you love being social, you may want to consider a move to Champaign. All right, so now let's talk about home values in Champaign, Illinois. Again, there's home prices that are kind of soft and home prices in the millions in Champaign. However, the average home value in Champaign is $191,200. Now, the comparison between homeowners and home renters is a little bit higher than in Urbana. There's, again, in city of Champaign, there's 55% of the population that rents versus 45% that own. So there's quite a bit more home ownership in the city of Champaign. All right, let's go deeper in Champaign and talk about the public school systems there. Again, this data comes from niche.com, and in comparison to the Urbana schools, the city of Champaign schools have 10,000 plus students attending the public schools, whereas Urbana had a little over 4,200. So it's quite a bit bigger. It's a bigger community. So a lot more schools, a lot more students in the schools. Overall, niche.com gave Champaign public schools a B+ overall rating. And when we go down deeper into these categories here, Champaign schools were given a B+ for academics. They were given a B for teachers. They were given a B+ for clubs and activities, A+ for diversity, A for college prep, and a C+ for administration running the school district. All right, so that's the schools in the city of Champaign. So if you're thinking about moving to Champaign Urbana, you're probably looking for the perfect home to buy in Champaign or in Urbana or even the surrounding communities of both cities. All right, so in order to do that, you probably need a little help with that. So I'm going to give you a gift to you, and I'm going to give you unlimited home searches that you can search for every home that's for sale in the entire area. So you can kind of say, I like this style, I like this, I want a condo, I want a zero lot, I want a single family, and I like this neighborhood, and based off this, I like this city. So in order to get access to your unlimited home searches, just go for right now. You can just go to 217hometours.com, get started, have a ball with it, and let me know if there's any real estate questions that I can be of service to you. As a lifelong resident, it would be my pleasure to help you as your real estate agent in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. Feel free to connect with me and let me know how I can be of service to you. And also be sure to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel talking about moving to Champaign, Urbana, Illinois, more information about our community, driving tours, walking tours to give you a better understanding about our city here in Champaign, Urbana, so you can simplify your home buying experience when you move to Champaign, Urbana.